Well, in fact, remember that horrific story that we got to you from Alwar, where a man was lynched and several others were beaten only on suspicion of being cow smugglers. It turns out that the cattle carried by them in Alwar, it was being done legally. They even had an official government receipt of the Jaipur Nagar Nigam, basically the Jaipur Municipal Corporation. Questions obviously will be raised on how the police then arrested these men, accusing them of illegally ferrying these cows. Now remember, that horrific video that you're seeing right now is of a group of 15 men who were set upon by a mob of almost 100. A man was beaten to the point that he died. He did not survive his injuries. We've got Devankur Vadhavan with us on the phone line. What are the grounds on which the police is then keeping these men who were beaten behind bars then, if they have got all the necessary documentation, Dave?
But then the police has a very ridiculous ground to keep these men in custody as of now. They claim that that the charges that were leveled against them have not been proven innocent of those charges, and that is why they believe that until it's proven that they were not smuggling the cows or the cattle that were there in those vehicles, these men will be kept in police custody. So that is the premise that the police seems to be working on as of now. I spoke with the police station in charge of Behror, where some of these men were kept. Also, interestingly and rather ironically, Padmaja, none of the cow vigilantes who were allegedly involved in the attack, none of them have so far been arrested. In fact, it's a named FIR. Several of these men have been named in there, but none of them have so far been arrested, despite the fact that the video clippings that are available with us and several other people clearly demarcate who all these men were.
All right, Devankur, just stay with me because I also want to get in Dr. Ejaz Ilmi, a member of the BJP, and Kamya Malhotra, spokesperson of the Congress, joining us now. Dr. Ejaz Ilmi, I first want to ask you, how can you not then have people thinking that a community is being persecuted if you have these people beaten up, beaten to the point of death, and then arrested for allegedly illegally carrying cows? And it's happening in a BJP-ruled state.
Well, no, it is a BJP-ruled state, and the fact is that any form of vigilantism, cow vigilantism in this case, is condemned by the party wholeheartedly. There is no question of taking law and order to your own hands and assaulting people to the point of death, or even injuring them for that matter. The fact is the police have filed those cases against those vigilantes, and they've also added the murder charge. Shows that the Rajasthan police is bound to investigate this thoroughly as per law. Because
no, Dr. Ejaz Ilmi, you're stating the obvious. Obviously, you will not condone anyone's murder. But why are these men behind bars? The 15 men who were beaten up, barring the one who was killed, has actually been arrested on the charge of illegally ferrying these cows, when apparently they have the all clear from the municipality.
No, if they have the documentation, valid documentation under the 1995 Act, then they should not be arrested. But if they are doing something illegal, then the police is bound to take action. So I'm sure this thing will come out in the open. The police can't hide these things for a long time. Either they had legal valid papers from the municipal corporations to ferry those cows, and lakhs of cows are ferried, milch animals are ferried for milk production to Gujarat and Rajasthan and other states.
Exactly, so, and they had bought them from a cattle fair.
And this is something that the police has to look at.
Dr. Ejaz Ilmi, they did have the documentation. We in fact have a copy of the slip, the receipt they got from the municipal corporation after buying these animals at the cattle fair. So basically you're saying just on the basis of suspicion, people will now be beaten up in our country?
There's no question of being beaten up by anybody on suspicion. Either they had the documentation, and you're saying they had the documentation, then the Rajasthan police or the Behror where it happened, the SHO will have to answer these questions as to why these people have been detained. And the BJP government will look into this matter and ask for an explanation as to why these, on what basis, because you can't hold up people on the basis of suspicion. You have to have valid reasons under various IPCs and various violations. If the violations are there, then you can do it. But the violations are not there, then you can't arrest innocent people.
Well, that is but obvious, but it has happened, and that's the question I'm trying to ask you. It's such a strange thing, Kamya Malhotra. I mean, it would be unthinkable that people would be beaten up, they would lose someone, someone would die in the course of that beating, and now they are behind bars.
No, I was just hearing Ejaz Ilmi give his explanation for the whole thing, and I absolutely agree with what you were saying also to him, because it's all very well for them to just say that no, this is not what should have happened and the police should see to it, etc., etc. But it's absolutely gundaism that's going on in this manner. I mean, on the whether it's the issue of the cow slaughter, whether it's the anti-Romeo, whatever it is, it's just nothing else but gundaism. I mean, how dare they have the gumption or the audacity to take law into their own hands? I mean, this is unheard of. We know exactly what happened to the Dalit boys, those 4 boys that were beaten up in that manner in Una. And then after that, Padmaja, there were n number of incidents that happened with the Dalits as well. And then I do want to say that what exactly is the BJP stand on this? Because, you know, you have the BJP Kerala candidate just about 3-4 days ago saying that, oh, I am going to provide hygienic abattoirs. On the other side, you had Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi some months ago saying that if you want to eat beef, then you can go to Pakistan. Then you have none else but their own minister, Kiran Rijiju, who said very clearly,
Dr. Ilmi, would you like to react? You know, the general perception is that it's because of state patronage that people like these are emboldened. It happens first in Gujarat, now it happens in Rajasthan, and you have people who are saying that we want Gau Raksha across the country, so tacit support is being given even to these vigilantes.
You know, Gau Raksha doesn't mean
there are 39
that you kill people. Gau Raksha means Raksha
I mean,
and care.
Look at the irony of the situation.
Yes, go on, Dr. Ilmi.
It's all very well to say
abattoir
that,
running in Gujarat is a legal export house-oriented abattoir which are allowed to run.
I mean, how
they are
can
running
they be
under the
taking law
law.
into their own
They have
hands in this
local laws
manner?
and central laws which allow you. The BJP is clamping down on illegal slaughterhouses and cow smuggling. I'm sure you don't have a problem with that. If you have a problem, then say so loudly. We've condemned this act. We don't believe in vigilantism. The Prime Minister of the day,
talking about that.
Mr. Narendra Modi, is on record to say that nobody can take law into their own hands.
Illegal slaughterhouses.
Yes, then what are you talking about?
So it's all very well for him to say this,
that's
because
what the Congress spokesperson is talking about.
From, you know, these rallies, because I remember, and even you would know very well, that he made, please, let me just finish. I mean, here we had our Prime Minister making these very dramatic speeches in his rallies saying ki, you know, kill me, but not the Dalit, not my Dalit brothers, etc. And we know very well what was happening with the Dalits. Not only in Una, in Madhya Pradesh, in Rajasthan. I mean, these are all BJP-run states. What answer do you have for that? And here, as Padmaja was saying, that these people had, it was legal.
Yeah.
It was not illegal that they were taking them from one state to the other. And you are, and then yet the police is
let him respond.
hauling them up in this manner.
Don't be a spokesperson of Padmaja. She's got a voice loud enough to
anybody have the gumption to come to this level?
Be a spokesperson of the Congress Party. Don't be a
into your own
spokesperson
hands
for
and
Padmaja.
killing somebody.
Absolutely yes. You cannot take law into your hands. You cannot take law into your own hands.
Listen, I'm saying what
I'm saying so.
No, I'm sorry.
So
even she's saying,
you have an issue with that?
Whatever she has said is very logical.
It's not a question of being
a spokesperson or not being a spokesperson.
No,
please,
Dr.
Ejaz
Ilmi, you are now condemning what happened. But the fact is, there is a man who is dead. Your condemnation is not going to bring him back, and you will have to answer. You will have to answer, Dr. Ejaz Ilmi, to all those people who will be watching your government and asking that why are these people even behind bars? So a man is killed, the police keep watching, and then they jail those who survived.
The person who was killed, obviously there's a murder charge against the people who killed him.
Why couldn't they have gone to the police? Why couldn't they have filed an FIR before killing the guy?
There is no business. There is no business for any kind of vigilantism, any mob mentality. There is no. I agree with you. You cannot have mob culture in this country. There has to be implementation of rural law. This killing has to be condemned by one and all. But on the flip side, we're talking about people being arrested. Yes, if they had valid documentation, then the police has to answer as to why they were arrested. So this legality, this point of law has to come out clearly.
But Dr. Ilmi, who will make them answer? You are in government.
I'm hearing from the social
media.
media.
You are speaking as if you're in the opposition. Who will make them answer? It's your government.
No, the government. It is the government's response. Yes, absolutely. The police will have to answer to the government itself as to why these people were arrested, on what basis. The clarity will come out sooner than later.
All right, just
first,
stay with me.
I think make your own stand clear. First, let the stand of the BJP be very clear. First, let the stand of the BJP be clear as to what exactly do they want, because I think they are all pulling in different directions. A minister says something else, the BJP candidate says something else, as a spokesperson says something else, the BJP state chiefs. I'm saying I'm asking you, what exactly is the BJP stand as well on cow slaughter? You have Kiran Rijiju, I just told you. I told you exactly what statement he made. Then you have the BJP Kerala candidate making another statement. Then you have Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi saying something else.
Don't try and hog
then you have some spokesperson saying something else.
Don't try and hog the entire show. Ask a question, ask a valid question, you get a valid answer. Are you done with the question?
Are you done with the question? I'm asking you a very valid point, because you have all the people,
are you done with the question? Will you allow me time to answer? Will you allow me my freedom of speech? Can I answer you? Are you done speaking? Can I answer you, ma'am? Ma'am, can I answer you? Can I answer? Are you done with the question? Can I answer you, please? Thank you so much for allowing me to answer.
How many times are you going to ask me the same question?
That cow smuggling, cow slaughter is illegal and banned in this country. It should not be permitted. Secondly, illegal slaughter is not permitted, and legal slaughterhouses on compliance are allowed to function. That is the stance all over the country. So where is the difficulty in that?
So how come the Kerala BJP candidate says I will see to it that there are hygienic abattoirs?
Well, I think we should keep those two issues very separate. For the simple reason that the Kerala BJP candidate
in Kerala it is allowed.
No, I'm not.
Okay, also because that gentleman he backtracked, and second, a party stand vis-a-vis cow protection of cow slaughter. Just a second, Ejaz Alvi. The party stand vis-a-vis cow slaughter is in no way related to why this vigilantism is allowed to happen.
You have everybody in the BJP pulling in different directions.
Okay, just stay with me, Kamya Malhotra, because I have to play out more reactions that we are getting in, especially.
गौहत्या के खिलाफ सब है. अगर कानून है गौहत्या के खिलाफ तो उस कानून का पालन करना चाहिए. लेकिन शक के आधार पर, अफवाह के आधार पर अगर लोगों को टारगेट किया जाए, लोगों को मारा पीटा जाए, उनकी जान ले ली जाए, तो अराजकता फैल सकती है. इसलिए लॉ एंड ऑर्डर को मेंटेन करने के लिए सरकार को कदम उठाना चाहिए. कानून का उल्लंघन हो उस पर कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए, लेकिन ये काम पुलिस प्रशासन और न्यायपालिका का है. गुंडागर्दी करके लोगों को डराया धमकाया जाए, इस मुद्दे को लेकर मैं समझता हूँ अनुचित.
Finally, Ejaz Alvi, are you willing to commit that if it is found, and it will definitely be found, that these men were arrested despite having the legal documentation, all the people who were involved, all the cops who were involved will summarily be dismissed, action will be taken against them?
Well, even the police is not allowed to illegally confine anybody unless they have proper evidence and proof. Obviously, if they have violated the law, then they will pay the price also. The government is bound to take action if there is illegal confinement of citizens with valid documentation.
All right. And by when can we hope the people who are responsible for the murder of Pehlu Khan to be arrested? Because ironically, those who were beaten are in jail, but those who beat them up are still free.
Well, the FIR under various 7-8 sections, including murder, 302 is also filed. I'm sure the police is competent enough to catch the people responsible for this heinous crime of killing somebody, and which the party condemns wholeheartedly, because we don't want any kind of violation of rule of law and anybody being killed for activities which they're not. I mean, you can't kill anybody for any reason, in fact, in this country.
Well, absolutely. We're certainly hoping that this happens sooner rather than later. A man is dead. The images that we're seeing right now should shame all of us, that on a national highway in broad daylight, a man is killed only on suspicion of cow smuggling, and his murderers, and this is murder, his murderers are still free. Ejaz Ilmi and Kamya Malhotra, thanks very much for joining us.